Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the children's party game that people like to take way too seriously. The game has so many characters, everyone from anime to anime to anime to Duck Hunt. You can't have a fighting game without anime and anime and anime and Duck Hunt. But what if every single series in Smash got one more fighter? First, some parameters. This will only be characters from game series with multiple entries. So I am going to have to exclude a few things here, such as Wii Fit in the Game & Watch series. The exclusions will be shown on screen. Starting off with the Super Mario series. Current fighters are Luigi, Red Luigi, Dr. Red Luigi, the gang's all here. So now, a lot of Smash fans want people like Waluigi or Geno, who, let's be frank, no one has actually played the game he's from, Super Mario RPG and the 8 Crazy Nights or whatever. As for a character though, I believe there's two options that could happen. Paper Mario, who I would prefer to act like either Ice Climbers or Pokemon Trainer, so it would be Mario and one of his allies, or swapping between the allies. The other option is having Paper Mario be the fighter, but having all the special moves summon party members, like for example his side special could be kicking Koops forward. Overall though, I don't think the Mario series needs more reps, just reworks. The second series is Donkey Kong. Yeah. The fighter I most want is Lanky Kong. Give him very long-ranged attacks, give him his great blowgun. I just want more Donkey Kong 64 representation. Moving on to the Zelda series, my most wanted character is Vaati. Specifically, Vaati's Minish form. He's able to shoot beams of energy, fireballs, he can shoot up his arms through portals in his demon form, summon enemies. I'd want him to function similar to Bayonetta, being a fighter who uses their demonic powers to strengthen themselves. On to Metroid. I like to keep Samus as the only hero of her series, so that means we need another villain, Kraid. Kraid is the ruler of Brinstar, and guess what? We already have Brinstar as a stage. Plus, Kraid has been a recurring character through multiple Metroid games. Plus, Kraid and Ridley are friends, as Kraid is described in the manual alongside Ridley as the Space Pirates Army's mainstays. Though honestly, I don't know much about Metroid, so I'm just gonna leave it there. The Yoshi series. I greatly enjoy Yoshi's Island, but I've never played Yoshi's Story or anything like that. The only character I guess I could suggest then is Kamek. The way I could imagine his moveset functioning is similar to moves like Zelda's Down B, summoning the knight who slashes forward. Kamek could summon some of the bosses to attack, having the potted ghost shoot out fire, swiping at enemies to shove them back or something. The Kirby series. I actually really enjoy the Kirby series. Personally, I think basically having a Goomba with a hat be the next Kirby rep is stupid. I would want the Mage Sisters, as all three are magic-based fighters, while all the current Kirby reps are melee fighters, though that could extend to Magolor. I wouldn't want all three to be the single fighter. I would prefer something like costumes with small tweaks based on the skin selection, almost the way Byleth and Male Byleth. Hell, throw Magolor in there as the fourth and give them all 2 costumes each. Easy. Star Fox, the series that features probably my least favorite fighters in Smash. And as overall a series I just flat out don't care about. I also think Fox is one of the most boring characters in Smash. We get it, you played Melee. So just throw the Sex Fox in, call it good, alright? Alright. Now this is the series I probably know the most about here. My choice would be Decidueye for a couple of reasons. First, Greninja is already a fast and agile, very in-your-face fighter. Incin is a slow brute with an up B that has the vertical recovery of Kirby's down B. I mean seriously, you should just play Stamina Mode in a custom stage that's just a box with no blast zones if you want to play Incin. So we need a ranged fighter to offset the very up-close fighting style of Greninja and the Laughingstock. Though I would prefer Grovyle to be the rep for Gen 3, a generation without much representation fighter-wise. The best we get is a Team Aqua hat for the Masochist Rat. But I digress. Oh hey, onto the game series that inspired that one game that MatPat gave to the Pope. Since both series fighters are magic-based, I would want the Masked Man, a character who fights with a sword. And then hell, throw Papyrus in there while we're at it too, I don't give a shit, man. Now onto the... Come on guys, it's not nice to laugh at the dead body. F-Zero is the series that Nintendo just can't stand the sight of, but they should at least get another fighter for the slot. Sure, that'll do. Jody Summer, I don't know. It's hard to find a decent choice. A corpse is only good for so long. I'm scared to talk about this one. So, two things. One, I don't think Fire Emblem needs another rep. They already have Shulk. Secondly, like any American, I've never touched a Fire Emblem Awakening Chronicles 3 Houses of the Planet of the Apes, so my knowledge is limited, so I'll just say we need a villain. So I'll give the slot to Flame Emperor, as he looks like a Dark Souls, and I'm a fan of a Dark Souls, so sure. Kid Icarus Uprising, the series that sold over 8 million units. At least I think so. How else would 8 million people get carpal tunnel? My vote for another rep would be Medusa, as many people either want her in or want to be in her, so let's just add her. Warioware is a bunch of little 5-second microgames. In the series, Wario has a crew of characters. My vote is 5V, also known as, please don't Google her on the family computer. She's the mom from Gamer who appears on the Gamer stage. She's able to have a sort of spirit-like version of herself extend out of her body. In doing so, I think her moveset could be based around that. Now, on to Metroid. It's Raiden. Senator Armstrong made a good case as to why he should be in here, but it's Raiden. I wouldn't want anyone else but Jack. Hey, it's the series that started my favorite internet game. Go to Google, type in any name, plus the hedgehog after it, to see a shitty Sonic OC of that same name. Sonic is currently the only rep for his series, which makes sense as he's the frontman and a lot of people seem to want either Tails or Shadow, but I would want Dr. Eggman, have him work like the Koopalings, being in his own clown car, or egg sack? And attack from there. Pikmin was a little hard. For Pikmin, I'll go with Charlie. There's not many options to pick from in Pikmin, so we just have to go with another captain, as disappointing as that is, but give him some things like the Rock Pikmin and new stuff from Pikmin 3, and we'll just call it good. For Animal Crossing, let's add the most hated reoccurring character, Mr. Tom Nook. He's the closest thing to an antagonist we have for Animal Crossing. Just please, for the love of God, make them different from Isabelle and the Villager. They're so boring. For Mega Man, I think we could get away with just adding either Mega Man Red or Mega Man Zero, though I prefer Zero. He has a bunch of weapons he uses, so just pick some and call it good for his moveset. Punchout I was iffy on. Everyone you pick is going to be a boxer with a bad recovery like Little Mac, but I think the best way to change that is by having Great Tiger be the addition. He can teleport in his game, so give him something similar to Zelda or Palutena's recovery, as well as a side B like Greninja's. Xenoblade, the series that definitely exists. I feel like the Xeno series wasn't known or at least cared about till Shulk was added to Smash 4, at least here in the West. The only character I guess I'd say is Zanza, the main antagonist, though I don't really know much about Xenoblade, so just call me stupid in the comments or something. For Street Fighter, I would want a different playstyle from Ken and Ryu's slower styles. Because of that, the character I want is Cammy, a rather quick and mobile character. Plus, her ability to cross up characters in her home series could give her more mobility options, allowing her to swap stage sides easier, though her design would definitely have to be changed. It's Tifa. My real choice is Lightning from Final Fantasy XIII, but this specifically says Final Fantasy VII, so my choice for 7 is Tifa. Let me tell you why. Firstly, both Final Fantasy reps we have right now are sword fighters. This would give that a change as she's a brawler. Secondly, Tifa's better than Aerith. Do you know why Tifa's better than Aerith? Yeah, that's correct. Tifa doesn't fucking die. For Bayonetta, we should add Bayo's rival, John. This would be a great addition in my opinion. Also, John is already an inspiration for the best Bayo alt, her red and white costume. Because of that, I can imagine John having a Bayo alt costume. Okay, brief intermission here. This is getting pretty long. I'm into like page 10 at this point, so I'm gonna rapid fire the remainder, so if I breeze over a series you really like, blow it out your ass. For Splatoon, I feel like most additions would be fairly similar. I guess you could do the Zelda and Sheik approach with Pearl and Marina, using their music as inspiration for some of their attacks, like Jigglypuff Sing. Castlevania has a fairly obvious addition in Alucard, which I think a lot of Castlevania fans actually wanted over the Belmonts. For Persona 5, I'd say the anime version of Uncle Ian, Masayoshi Shido, Joker's arch nemesis. Also, I just like him because, come on, look at him, that's Uncle Ian from the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. For Dragon Quest, this is a half shitpost, half honest answer. My choice is the slime. They're just funny looking guys, and I can imagine them being friends with Kirby, so... Banjo-Kazooie's edition is also fairly obvious, Gruntilda. I genuinely don't know who else we'd even pick aside from her. Fatal Fury, just give us Mai. She was the fighter most people wanted when the fact that we were getting a King of Fighters rep came out. Her design would also have to be reworked, just add some black tights or something the way they redesigned Pyra and Mithra. For arms, I want Twintel. The fact she uses her hair as her arms is more interesting than just Ribbon Boy, Ribbon Man, whatever. For Minecraft, the Warden would be cool, a large, heavy fighter, high damage but very slow. Tekken, I'd say King is pretty cool, so sure, let's go with King. Plus, I think you could give an Armor King alt fairly easily. And finally, we have reached probably the worst series on this list. In fact, I'm gonna go as far as to say this is the only addition in Smash I didn't want. I just flat out didn't want Sora added. Oh well, I can't change the past. So let's just go with Xehanort. We all need to get Norted from time to time. And with that, we come to the conclusion. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider liking the video or subscribing, because according to this graph, yada yada, YouTube words, algorithm, and percents and all that. If you didn't like it, oh well, it's not like your dislikes mean anything now because of the change, so stick that up there, why don't you? Well, what did we glean from all this? Kingdom Hearts is fucking stupid.